Hey, what's up, everyone? I have a lot of breaking news that has come in. I have some which just rolled in on Twitter. Hundreds of birds have dropped dead onto a cruise ship deck, adding to the mystery as more birds are dropping dead than ever recorded before recently. Since 2012, bird deaths have become much more common since January of 2012, and it's not stopped since then. First, it was blamed on New Year's fireworks in January, and then the deaths just kept rolling in, birds dropping from the sky all across the states, then all across this world. There are many explanations, some of which I cannot mention in this video, but you know the theories because of the algorithms banning videos where you mention it, so I can't say it, which is a really major restriction on our personal constitutional liberties and rights, but it's the way things are now. What do you think is causing these mass bird deaths? This report came in several hours ago about devastating floods. They've killed many people, destroyed homes and crops, and disrupted life, and left thousands homeless. From Canada to Yemen and Ethiopia, as the battle against this pandemic continues, we deal with even more devastating things. So prayers to God for everyone dealing with all of this stuff right now, because Lord knows we need the prayers. God knows that for sure. If it's not one thing, it's another. From dealing with devastating biblical style plagues of locusts, to the floods, strange weather, the virus pandemic, other viruses coming in, other things happening, like apparently, I'm going to report on this in another video, but the U.S. Navy has just reported that we need to report on these UFO incidents. Now, why now? Sounds to me like a political scheme to me, since it's mostly Democratic individuals, the Democratic Congress and leadership, coming forward with these types of whistleblower information, bits of information, but they're stating that these crafts, and I for one have personally witnessed these things, I do know they exist, but these crafts, they say, can go 30,000 feet, stop on a dime, stop instantly, go, hold on, stupid traffic. I liked it better when there was less traffic on the road, even if it was a little strange. Anyway, back to this. These things can go 30,000 feet. They can stop on a dime. They can suddenly just stop instantly, go down 10,000 feet, go up, go miles forward, miles backwards, and stop, right, left, up, down. And they say they can do maneuvers like nothing that we have ever had, nothing we have, and nothing we can even imagine on planet Earth. They said they have scaled all the military, checked all military worldwide. They've checked all technology that's known. We have no capabilities like that. They said it seemingly defies the laws of physics. They're just now putting this out. Why they're waiting? Why? Fox News actually reported on this last year and saying it's something that is a threat to all of us. They're saying, oh, it's a threat from outside of this world. It needs to be investigated. Why now? And they said, well, the general public wants to know, everyone wants to know, blah, blah, blah. They said now that they've discovered it's not fake, and they said they wanted the information to be out there now. Why now? I'm not sure. Hillary was going to do that as well, because I do know the Democrats were going to use that for their advantage. She said if she became president, she was going to release the information about Area 51 and the alien information, and the 0 point energy and all of that. And she said, our friends, this is actual emails from Hillary. These are actual emails from Hillary Clinton. She said, our friends from the alternate reality, from the other worlds. Yeah, Hillary mentioned that. Our friends from the other universe, from the opposite universe, are going to give us 0 point energy. And when she becomes president, that's going to be the use of energy. Now think about that. Why would they work with her? Why would these beings, any beings that would work with the crooked, dark leadership that we see in this world for the past many, many years? I don't trust those particular beings. Now, the beings I've witnessed, there are good and bad galactic beings. Believe me, there are good and bad. If the light beings look one way, if the dark beings can look one way and they're just fallen, wouldn't the light ones look? Come on, think about it. There's got to be good and bad. Now, some of these dark beings, they look awful. And yes, they are hideous, they're scary, they're creepy. But I will admit there are good and bad galactic interdimensional beings. They're good and bad. Some are of God, some are not. You have to discern the difference. It says, be able to discern between the spirits, between the good and bad beings. But anyway, I will say that they're just now releasing it. They're just now releasing it. We'll see how this all goes. But 2018 and 2019, you saw our governments getting together, investigating, have meetings of something that is a threat from outside of this world. Washington, D.C., the generals, Nevada, and there were generals of New York, there were Oregon and California, several other representatives, and very few Republicans, mostly Democrats, for some reason, got together, had meetings about this, had briefings, and our own CIA, our own National Defense Agency, the National Defense and the, what are they called? The National Security Agency and the Pentagon and our the Secretary of Defense, they all got together and they actually had a briefing, a classified briefing on these UFOs, or as they call them, unidentified aerial phenomenon, as we experience them, unidentified flying objects, UFOs, interdimensional beings. Alright, so they actually had a classified briefing on this. I made a video on this yesterday. Somehow or other, I guess it didn't work, and I thought I'd already made a video on this, but I can't find it. So now I'm talking about it now. I'll go more into it in a future video. Alright, so that's all for this particular topic. It's really ramping up. Everything's happening on a worldwide scale, and the revealing of these beings and crafts are trying to come into play, and they are starting to... I witnessed something last night. There were some beings down there in the yard, and they hit the side of the building and went like that, and they hit the side of the building. First I thought someone was there, and then I heard them walking around. Sorry, I feel really weird all of a sudden. I hate this feeling. But I heard something, and then it was like there was another one just walking right up on me, and I was sitting there. My heart was kind of pounding, but I just kind of remained calm, and I heard something walking upon me, and I quickly shined the light on it, spotlighted. Nothing. It disappeared. It just sounded like it just took off and disappeared, vanished instantly. So these things are beyond any known capability that human beings could ever imagine. And anything that works with the dark elites, I wouldn't trust it. But yeah, Hillary did email, and I'll show you in a future video. She did have emails about the 0-point energy coming from she said our friends in the alternate universe or something like that. And that right there was leaked onto WikiLeaks. I'll talk about that later. This volcano is erupting in Russia, and it released a rare smoke ring. A puff of smoke in a smoke ring. Pretty fascinating. I've had that happen with fireworks every once in a while, and sometimes I would, when a firework went off, it actually left a puff of smoke like that. That was pretty interesting. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a moment, but I remember one time Granny had, my Granny, she smoked cigarettes, and I don't smoke anything, but my Granny smoked cigarettes, and she actually, one puff of smoke actually came out like that one time. But that happened with a firework for me as well. And we have all of these meteors happening around this world. I have a lot more to talk about. I'm going to do that in a future video. So I thank you for watching, and I love you all. My links are below if you'd like to show support, because I can't do this without you, and your support is so greatly appreciated. Every donation helps. Signing out. I love you all. I'll speak as soon as possible.